of the child. So today we are going to talk about social quotient of the child, how to measure this social quotient of the child so that we know that what we need to do to further improve the social skill of our child. And as a part of this, we'll be talking about 8 skills that as parents and teachers, we must keep an eye on them and improve those skills so that our child can be highly social effective. So as we have been discussing and we have been stressing on the fact that these 2 to 6 years are the formative years, and these years creates huge potential for the child to develop various skills. Therefore, since social skill is one of the major skills that we need to inculcate in our child, 2 to 6 years are considered to be the best year to inculcate these skills. Now, again, I am bringing this concept that when the child is small, the child is about to learn various skills, then there is a elasticity, or there is a way that child learns things quite fast and keeps it. And when the child grows, then the child's capability to observe these skills becomes little bit of rigidity. Therefore, whatever skill the child gains during this year, then that remains for the whole lifespan of the child. That's why if we measure this years in x-axis and the improvement in y-axis, that's what last time also we discussed. The probability of getting these skills is very high between 2 to 4 years or between 2 to 5 years of age. And whatever we inculcate in our child, whether it's a cognitive skill, whether it's a social skill, that remains there for rest part of the life of the child. So therefore, we need to understand this mechanism, and therefore we need to bring out all possible good things for our child so that that becomes a kind of habitual things for the child for the rest part of the life. Now, when we talk about social skills, we simply feel that socially the child has to be socialized, the child has to be inclusive, but it has got a lot of other major roles. The social skill directly linked to problem behavior of the child. If the social skill is not good enough, then there are various problematic behavior the child starts to exhibit. It could be anger, it could be very rigidity in terms of accepting something. It's about accepting some other person as friend, or accepting something as a part of life. So anything that comes as a problem, it is directly linked to the social skill development deficiency. Again, if the social skills are not good enough, if they are not been developed quite well, it has again a direct implication on the academic performance of the child. So when social skill directly affecting to the academic functioning and problem behavior, and if there is a triangulate things are already created, that means child starts creating problem in the academic functioning in the forthcoming years. That's where the conclusion here is that if we develop the social skill of the child quite well, then there would not be any problematic behavior, and therefore there would not be any academic functioning of the child in the years to come. Now, when we are talking about social skill of the child, then as in the beginning I said, the intelligence of the child is measured by a technique that is called intelligent quotient. Similarly, all the social skills of the child can be measured by a technique that is called social quotient. So we need to understand how to measure the social quotient and what is the result that is coming out of social quotient, how do we interpret that, and how do we improve further the social skills so that our child can be better off in terms of academic functioning in the forthcoming years. Now, before this, understanding the calculation of social quotient, we need to understand 8 skills that are the integral part of social and emotional skills, and consciously developing these 8 simple skills will definitely help in improving child's social quotient. So what we need to do right now is that we'll be understanding these 8 simple skills, that although we are unconsciously trying to develop and we keep on developing these things, but if we make it little bit of conscious efforts to develop these things, then the social quotient development will be definitely better. So what are these 8 skills? As you know that EduVariate Kids has got a template, it has got a toolkit which has got these 8 skills into this, which is called as the PRIME methodology, and those who are connected with us, they must be aware of this. But for the benefit of the parents to take advantage of these things, let us have a look what are the 8 skills. Number 1 is self-help general. Social skill starts with if a child is able to manage his or her work by herself or by himself. So whatever work that pertains to us, it could be self-grooming, it could be something that the child needs to do alone. So all these things, self-help is the primary and the first step towards improving the social skill. So self-help general, which we call any general activity that child must perform alone, then child should do that. Sometimes what happens as parents, we don't allow our child to do those activities by themselves. So in that case, what we are just doing, we are in fact reducing their social skill rather than improving them. If the child has to do a piece of work, the child must do it. We have to allow the child to do it. Second is the self-help eating. Eating is considered to be one of the important activity in life, and sometimes also we say that whether we live to eat or eat to live, that proverb makes it very clear to the understanding that eating makes a huge uh, uh, contribution towards our life. Sometimes eating has got lot of etiquettes, how to eat, then using a various spoon or fork during eating, or not talking during eating. Lot of things are part of the social consideration while eating is concerned. So when we help our child to manage themselves eating properly, that also is a part of social skill. And if we do this consciously, then definitely the social skill of the child will be much better. Third one, self-help dressing. Uh, uh, Clothing is itself is one of the another social contribution that defines how a child will be accepted in the social surrounding, a social environment. So the dressing sense of the child defines whether the child will be social active or socially accepted or not. As a parents and teachers, providing that small tips or small help to the child so that child can pick up those dressing senses will definitely help to improve the social skills as far as the dressing is concerned. Next skill which contribute for the overall development of social skill is called self-direction. Self-direction is something like without somebody's pressure, if some work has to be done, that is called self-direction. Sometimes studying at the right time is a self-direction. Nobody should ask the child to do the self-study at a particular time of the day. And this develops, as you remember, we are talking about the sensitivity. The mind sensitivity to accept things is very high between 2 to 6 years of age. But once this age passes away, if the age is gone, then the rigidity starts building up. So at this point of time, then we keep on forcing the child, you do the self-study, do the self-study. If you are playing outside, coming back home, you have to go bathroom, washroom, and wash your hand and leg. So these are the some simple things the child must do by understanding this is the part and parcel of my life. So that defines the self-direction for the child. And if a child is very strong in understanding those things and creates those self-directed things, then definitely the social skill and social quotient is definitely used to be high. Next one is occupation at different age, irrespective of anything. Then the the child needs to do something, whether it is studying, whether it's eating, whether it's playing, whether it is participating with other family members. So everywhere the child has to do some kind of activity. So those activities are considered to be the occupation. So the occupation contribute an important place as far as the social skill of the child is concerned. Then next one is the locomotion skill. Locomotion skill is something which needs little bit of physical activity. So social skill also includes some of the physical activity, for example, gesture of the body gesture, how we walk, how we greet people. So all these things are a part of locomotive skill, and although locomotion skill are taken care under physical and movement skill, but as a part of social skill, this locomotion skill is considered to be very important because that defines how socially we place ourselves as far as movement, various body movements, and various hand and leg movements is concerned. Seventh skill which comes under social skill development is the communication. Communication, social communication is very, very important. That's where through communication we become socialized with others. Through communication we make sure that we build up the social infrastructure. So communication, if it is strong, then definitely the social acceptance, the social skill of the child needs to be or ought to be very, very strong. And the final one is called to be the socialization. So socialization is a process how we interact with others, other members of the society, or other members of the school, other members of the family. So how we place ourselves, how we position ourselves, how the child in fact is positioning herself or himself with others, that defines the socialization skill. So these 8 skills together, if consciously we work on with our children, then definitely the social skill and social quotient of the child will be much, much better. Now, coming to the social quotient, by keeping these 8 things in mind, there is a technique called BSMS, is an abbreviation that stands for Vineland Social Maturity Scale. And this Vineland Social Maturity Scale is an assessment instrument that was designed to help in the assessment of social competency. So all the 8 things, 8 skills together, they define the social competency. If the child is better in all the 8 skills, then the social competency is very high. If child is a little bit poor in either of these 8 skills, then the social competence is bound to be low. So it was developed by one of the American psychologist, Dahl. So this BSMS, although developed almost 5 decades ago, but still it has got huge application in the child development, and still we use, and in adult kids for the social development, social and emotional development, we use this technique. And I'll just take you through this BMS technique, and through that how we can measure the social quotient of our child. Okay, so there are 6 steps. We'll talk about calculation of the social quotient of our child. Number 1, pick up the right tool for our kid. In the right tool, we must understand our child's age, because age that has to be taken in completed years, and for each age there is a tool available. For example, if you can see, this is a tool. This is a tool meant for 1 year child. If the child is completed 1 year of age, such 1 year tool will be used to measure the social quotient of the child, where all the 8 skills we discussed, those things will be evaluated through this process. And similarly, if the child is 4 years, child has completed 4 years, then we'll be picking up the 4 years of tool. I'll just talk about where the tools will be available to you, and those who are already connected with EduVariate Kids, they are much aware about this tool. But if you are new to EduVariate Kids programs, then I'll just at latter part of my talk, I'll talk about where you can get these tools. Then second, we'll be picking up the right questions in the tool, and in this what we need to do, we must look to the number of months that the child has completed after the completed age. Okay, for example, age in completed years and months we need to pick up, because as we know, these 2 to 6 years or 7 years are called formative years. Child's skill grows much faster during these years. That's why we need to pick up the completed month, and we cannot take this tool for a child which is either overaged or lower aged. For example, if the child is 1 year and 5 months, correct? First, we have taken the age in completed year, which is 1 year, for example, and months is the child has completed 5 months. Then what you can do, you can see the tool. You can see this is the age. It's written 1 year 5 months. So when the 1 year 5 months is completed, this row, so we have to pick up these 12 questions, not below this. Okay, so that is the second step of this process of calculation of social quotient of a child. Another example, if we take, if the child is, let's say, 1 year and 8 months, then what we need to do? Then we'll have to pick up where the row which talks about 1 year and 8 months. You can now see there is a 17th row which is talking about 1 year and 8 months. So we'll pick up that particular row, and all the questions above this first to 17 will be picking up for our child's evaluation of social quotient. This is the step 2. Now, if we move to step 3, step 3 will be assessing our child's in terms of the selected questions. Now, important thing is that we have to understand the questions quite well. Then what happens, we'll take one example. There are few questions based on step 1. Step 1, we are selecting age of the child in completed years. Step 2, we have selected the completed months after that year. So based on that, we have selected number of questions in that tool we will be using to evaluate our child's skill. Now, each questions that the child will be evaluated on indicates a particular skill, which is one of the skill out of these 8 skills we have already discussed. For example, if we pick up this question number 5, which is talking about the child follows simple instructions. Simple instructions means you tell something, how the child is responding to that. You may say that if the child is 1 year, exactly 1 year, 0 months, that means you say that go and give me that toy, or sit down, look there. These are the simple instructions. So this is a category of communication skill. Out of 8 skills, you can see the category. All the 8 skills, one of the skills is categorized for this statement or questions on which we are evaluating our child. So when we are talking about follow the simple instruction, then there are 3 possible answers may happen. Number 1, if the child could be okay with this, when you are just looking to this particular question and saying that is my child follow simple instructions. If you feel yes, the child is doing that, simply what you need to do, you have to put a tick mark on the place given below first column, which is yes. That means child is able to do this. Now, suppose child is not able to do this, then there is a column under no, so you can put a tick mark. Yes, child is not able to do this, child is not able to follow simple instructions. And if the child is neither yes nor no, or you are not sure whether child follows instructions or not, then you may put a tick mark under a column which defines it's not sure. Therefore, for all the questions that you have selected to evaluate your child for that particular age and month, for each questions there would be these three options. Either child is doing it, if yes, you can put a tick mark there. If the child is not doing that, then you put the tick mark under no. If you are not sure whether the child is doing this or not, then you can put a tick mark under not sure. Then this is the third stage of, or third process of calculation of the social quotient of our children. Then moving to the fourth one talking about then assigning scores to the assessment. Once we have done this assessment, now we'll have to do the scoring part. Now, for example, this was the tool we have already taken. Now, what happens if the child is able to do these things or comfortable with it? That means any tick mark you have to put under yes, then we have to give a score of 1. And if the child is not, you are not sure as parents or teacher, you are not sure whether the child is able to do that, perform that particular skill or particular activity or not, then you can give a score of 0.5. And if the child is not able to do that particular thing which you are assessing, it's a very simple statement, you can very well know, but you need to understand the meaning of that. If you are not able to understand the meaning of that, definitely you can reach out to your kindergarten teachers or the teachers where your child is teaching, or you can simply Google it, you can definitely get it. Or if you still having some doubt, you can definitely approach to Eduvarate Kids, who will be there to support you. If the child is not able to do, or any tick mark that is going under the option no, then we can definitely put the score of 0. So this is our fourth step of calculation of social quotient of our children. Then moving further, step 5, now we'll be calculating the social age of our child. So fifth stage is talking about the social age and total score of that questions you have selected based on the age in years and months. Will be calculating the total score, and the total score itself will be the social age. Now let's see how we can do it. Now, for example, this is the tool you have selected, and based on that you have selected all the questions. Now you have also started evaluating each questions, and against each question you have put the tick mark whether the child is able to do it, not able to do it, or you are not sure whether this child is able to do it or not. For example, now if you have done this evaluation and let's say the child is, for example, 1 year 6 months, you have taken this tool of first year tool, and you have selected first 14 questions, because in first 14 questions you can complete 1 year 6 months of the child. Now while you have done, you have got, you can count this all the tick marks 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So in that you have 10 yes. Okay, out of this 14 that you have evaluated your child, there are 10 yes. And what you can do, you can multiply, as I said, all the yes has to be given a score of 1. So you give 1 to each right question or your child, which your child is able to do it, then you have got total score of 10. Now going further, if now you go to the not sure part, some of the skills or some of the questions where you feel you are not sure whether the child is able to do it or not do it, in this case we have got 1. As I said in the previous slide, all the questions where you are not sure will be giving score of 0.5. So in that case the child score becomes 0.5. Then moving further, Now all these cases where child is not able to do, there are three questions or three skills in our this example the child is not able to do. So these three, and as we have discussed that if the child is not able to do or anything that tick mark is placed under the column no, the score will be 0. Now in this case 3 multiplied by 0, you get total 0. Now this is the total calculation. Now if we add all these three things together, 10, 0.5 and 0, we get a total score of 10.5. okay, so this 10.5 becomes the social age of my child. Okay, so this is the social age I have calculated from this tool. So 10.5 is considered to be the social age of my child. Once the social age of the child is calculated, then we move to the step number 6, and in step number 6 we'll be calculating the social quotient of a child. Now 6 is that social quotient of my child I need to understand. Now once the score is there, what you have now got in the previous step, you calculated the social age of your child, which is in that example that we discussed. In that case the social age was calculated to be 10.5. now after that we will be calculating the chronological age equivalent. Okay, because there is two level. One is the chronological age of the child. The child, as I said, the child is 1 year 6 months, and for 1 year 6 months child, we have calculated in that example, if the child has got this kind of evaluation, the social age is 10.5. But chronological age is what? Now you can look to the serial number of the question. Now you can, if you look to the left hand side, bottom left hand side, you can see that we have calculated 14 questions. We have evaluated our child in 14 questions. That's where we have selected these 14 questions. So this 14 becomes the chronological age equivalent. Okay, so if that is the chronological age equivalent, now how I can calculate my social quotient? So social quotient would be the social age divided by chronological age equivalent. So in this case, this 10.5 is my social age of my child. That's what we have calculated in this particular example we have taken in this. And the chronological age equivalent was 14. Here, as I said, all the based on total number of questions taken for the child based on the age in month and year, then your chronological age equivalent is coming. So if I divide 10.5, that is my social age, by 14, which is my chronological age equivalent, then I get 75%. So in this case, the social quotient of my child is 75%. Now social quotient varies from 0 to 100%. If the child's score is 100%, then the child's social skill is the optimum, the maximum, the way we get the scores for our child in various examinations. Similarly, we can do the scoring for our child to know if my child is absolutely good in all the social skills that's needed to develop as a good human being and to be social effective. And if 75 the lower the score, the lower is the effectiveness, the lower is the quotient socially to be accepted of the child in the social arena. And the score, the bigger the score, higher the score, is the better in terms of social skill. So this is, I think it's clear how you can calculate the social quotient of your child. Keep on calculating the social quotient of your child at any point of time, so that we should not miss that sensitivity age to inculcate the right skill in our children. Now, where you will be getting this tool? As I said, for each age there is a tool. For 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, for different age there is different tool. So either you can get in Addis preschool kit that we provide to various schools and to various parents. There is in that kit, this tool is already there. So you can from 0 age to 7 years age, you can use this tool. Then also you can get this tool in Addis preschool learning app. It is there under the knowledge integration zone of kids packet. So you can utilize directly from the app. or you can download this based on the age of the child. You can download different tools from the website of Edivariate, or if you are still not able to download that, you can write to us, or you can WhatsApp us, you can call us, so that we can make sure that this tool is available to you to get it done for your child. Then as usual, we keep on doing lots of research-based work to support parents in order to improve the overall skill of the children, and we'll be keep doing all these things. And thank you very much for your patient hearing, and will be available at email, which is kids.edivariate@gmail.com, or you can also directly get in touch with us by the phone number, which is 91689240064. So thank you very much. Now, if you have any doubt, I will be available to take a couple of questions so we can discuss before close this session. Thank you.